Fox 17 Code Red Chief Meteorologist Katie Morgan alongside meteorologist Brett Luna. We continue to monitor severe weather here across the mid-state. New tornado warning has been issued. This is for mainly Lawrence County. It also includes portions of Giles County and into southern Murray County. But a little concerning since it is close to Lawrenceburg here. The main area of concern is going to be just to the west of Lawrenceburg, most likely just to the north and west of Lawrenceburg. Right around Flatwoods and just south of Hudson, I believe that says there behind the lightning strikes. I'm going to take off the lightning here so we can read it a little better. So again, we are watching this area of rotation here. Has indicated pretty strong or tight rotation at times, and the Weather Service has gone ahead and issued the tornado warning. And again, for those that may not be quite as familiar with Lawrence County, we are in the southern portion of Middle Tennessee, close to the Alabama border, which is down to the south that you can see there. So this is again for Lawrence County, for portions of southern Murray County and northern portions of Giles County. I'm going to put a track on this here, and these have been moving at about 40 miles per hour. So really this is moving into the greater Lawrenceburg area at this time. Along with it in the next 9 minutes, already seeing quite a bit of rain here in Etheridge, but the area of concern where the rotation is, we're likely looking at that to move through in the next, I'd say, about 5 minutes or so. So Weather Service has been monitoring this as well as we have, and they have gone ahead and issued the tornado warning for Lawrence County. This is on the southern edge of the line, and a lot of times when we see a line that moves through, we can sometimes see those southern portions of the line create spin-ups. And right now, this is where the best instability is. To the north of that here, we are looking a lot less organized, which is great news. So for those in Nashville, Franklin, you're basically in the clear for tornado threat for today. The watch continues in these locations, and I'm sure they'll get through. Weather Service will come through here in the next 30 minutes or so and clear a few more counties, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. But this is the main line that we're watching. So now looking at Columbia and Murray County. In Murray County here, the very southern portion of the county is where the tornado warning is. This would be south of Columbia, but still a pretty decent looking storm, even just north of that here, moving through Mount Pleasant, probably seeing some minor rotation there as well. So we'll go to our rotation detector, and I'll zoom out once more here just to give you an idea for perspective where we're looking. Here's Nashville, and we're down south in Lawrence County and in Murray County. And that's really where we have most of our rotation detection right now, in the southern edge of the line. So that's where we're focused on right now. It's moving through, again, the tornado warned storm is moving through Lawrence County and just north of downtown Lawrenceburg. I want to check and see if we've got anything from the Weather Service here. Looks like Lawrence County Emergency Management is reporting homes that have been damaged. Roofs are off of houses, or at least roofs off of house in North Bradley Road and Mount Lebanon Road. So it does look like we've got reports of damage now. This 5 miles west of Lawrenceburg. So that's where the reported damage was. And now the area that is rotating here is moving through the greater Lawrenceburg area. Again, looking at, I would say, just north of downtown, but also seeing more of those small little areas of rotation here pushing through Lawrence County. Now keep in mind too, the radar beam is a little bit higher up, so it's a little harder to see rotation right at the surface here in Lawrence County. But we have been getting other reports of a lowering of what we call CC, which is what we're looking at here. That would indicate to us that we have debris that is in the air, and the damage report that we just heard from Lawrence County EMA would confirm that. So I'd like to see if we can get our newsroom on that and see if we can get a report of, again, anything that may be damaged. Looks like that we might have homes that have been damaged with roofs off the house in Lawrence County. So that's not good to hear. But this tornado warning here continues now, moving through Lawrenceburg, just around the Lawrenceburg area, and I would say points north. So Mars Hill, Flatwoods seeing quite a bit of rain. This is along Highway 43. We're getting close to the Giles County line. And we'll move this up a little bit, and I'll put a track on this to track through northern Giles County, and then eventually, if it holds together, into southern Murray County. So here is what we're looking at, and I'm going to put this on the edge of where that rotation is within the storm. And again, these have been moving at about 40 miles per hour, I'd say, for today. So Linville in the next 26 minutes, one of the other communities here, and that's, again, right on the edge of, it looks like Giles County and into, northern Giles County. So in the next 25 minutes, expecting the area that is rotating to head towards the community of Linville in the next 25 minutes from now. But this is definitely the strongest part of the line as it continues to move through here. Just getting another report from the Weather Service here. And Brett, feel free to tune in if you're seeing anything from Weather Service that I have missed. But it does look like they have confirmed the tornado moving northeast at 40.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm seeing as well.
Okay. So we continue to track this tornado warning here. This one is observed, meaning that it is on the ground, and there you now can see the purple box. So we have confirmed reports of a tornado on the ground or tornado in progress in Lawrence County. We have a few preliminary damage reports from this cell as it continues to track across central and north central Lawrence County and into northern Giles County and eventually into southern Murray County. So this storm here has produced some damage to homes, and we're trying to get more information on that as we can. I'm going to turn this off. My computer's making lots of noise at me. But again, the tornado warning here will go until 4:15. So tornado warning continues for us here, and the reason why it's purple, normally we have red warning boxes for tornado warnings. When it turns purple, that means that it is observed. That means that we have confirmation that there is or there was a tornado in progress at some point creating damage, and that's what we are seeing at the moment here as we move through Lawrence County. So this tornado warning through Lawrence County will continue here till 4:15. Let's see. Latest from Weather Service saying the rotation appears to be weakening a little bit, so might even be pulsing where it comes down onto the ground and does damage and then goes back up into the sky, marches a little bit more down the way and may drop again. So still not enough evidence here to let the warning expire early or cancel, but nice to see at least the potential for maybe a little bit of weakening, and hopefully that continues. But we are still watching this here through Lawrence County. Now, for those in the Etheridge area, that's going to be the next community in the path of the storm. We're already seeing quite a bit of rain out of this storm here. Here's Highway 43 through Lawrence County, getting close to the Giles County line. But again, the area that we're mainly concerned with will be around the Etheridge community, I'd say moving through right about now. So this still, again, pushing through northern portions of Lawrence County. And really the line stretching from Mount Pleasant in Murray County all the way through Lawrence County and into Giles County here. All of this will need to be monitored. So right now, again, you might be looking at a little bit of weakening, but still dangerous enough that we have that tornado warning in effect. And again, the reason why it is in purple, it's because it's confirmed. So we have a confirmed report of a tornado that was at some point in progress, if not at the moment. Still some rotation here through portions of Murray County within the line. Kind of interesting, don't you think, Brett, that we're seeing?
Yeah, it looks like there's 3 more areas of rotation down there in our more southwestern counties. And
maybe even up towards Columbia.
Right,
so looking at different portions of the line.
Too.
So when we're looking for rotation, we're looking for different areas or colors of the radar. These are not enough yet to warn on, but they're worth noting at least and watching in and around the Columbia area in Murray County. Another one here in Mount Pleasant. When you see the different colors that really back up next to each other that are different as far as either darker greens or we get into the reds, and then we have brighter greens on the other side here. These are winds that are going towards the radar radar, which is over this way. So we have winds coming towards the radar here and then winds that are backing behind it. So it creates this rotating effect. And that's how the radar is able to pick up on rotating storms or tornado detection. So again, nothing as far as a warning is concerned at the moment in Columbia or Mount Pleasant, but the southern edge of the line definitely looks a little more suspicious as far as tornadic activity goes as we continue to monitor a couple different, as Brett mentioned, 3 different areas of rotation here. So the one that we are still watching closely is now moving through the Etheridge community in Lawrence County. And this is part of the storm that has produced a tornado. We have confirmed that now with the National Weather Service. So at least at one point it was in progress, but last couple of scans didn't look quite as impressive as far as the rotation goes. Still, these storms, they easily can spin up and then weaken in a couple scans, but then spin back up. So that's why we want to give you as much heads up as possible as this storm continues to move through northern Lawrence County. A little more to the north, we continue to watch disorganized showers and thunderstorms pushing through now Wilson County, Murfreesboro, and Williamson County, southern portions of Williamson County. No tornado threat here at this time. There is a watch that's in effect, but the way that these showers are indicated right now on radar, I'm not as concerned for tornadic potential as I am in our southern counties where the storms have just a little bit more energy, a little more potential for rotating storms. And that's what we continue to see here out of Lawrence County. So let's see, more reports coming in. The radar is still showing rotation near the center of Etheridge, but unclear if the tornado rotation is coming out of the radar either at Nashville or the one in Huntsville. So we've got a couple different radars we can look at. Let's take a look at the one in Huntsville here. This is a live look here. This is 65 and what was it again, Sarah? Right outside of Columbia, okay. So rain definitely coming down. This is in Murray County. Rain definitely coming down in just outside of Columbia in Murray County and I-65. So that's what we're looking at right here. It's going to be right along this route. So there's 65. So the heaviest rain, the most intense rain has yet to come through in Murray County. But again, the warning for the storm that we continue to monitor is in northern Lawrence County. It does include southern portions of Murray County, but we mentioned earlier that we're watching a couple different segments within the line that possibly have some rotation associated with it. So the main area of concern continues to be here. I'd say the rotation now is starting to push outside of Etheridge and more into Giles County. So I'm going to move this forward about 40 to 45 miles per hour, now about 21 minutes outside of Linville here. So that is going to be where this one segment of rotation continues. Again, unclear as far as, and this is looking at the high top radar. So this is coming in out of Huntsville. So we've got a couple different radars we can look at. Each one is a little far out as far as the proximity of it according to where the thunderstorm is. So we're looking a little higher up in the storm. So the farther away we are from these thunderstorms, the higher up we're looking, and that's where we tend to see more rotation just above the surface. So the question continues to be, is it at the surface or is it just above the surface? But we have had a confirmed report out of this cell alone of a tornado just outside of Lawrenceburg with possible damage to homes. So we want to take that and again keep in mind that this is a real dangerous storm here that continues through portions of our viewing area. If you're just tuning in, again, a purple box is a little new, just within the past, I'd say, year or two. The tornado warnings are usually red, but a purple box is basically one step higher than that, meaning that it is observed, and that means that we have confirmation that there has been a tornado at some point on the ground with this storm as it pushes through here. So that's why it is purple, and just gives us a little more information within the storm to pass along to you. So it is top of the hour. It is 4 p.m. here. We continue to monitor these thunderstorms as they work their way into Middle Tennessee, this southern edge of the line. I've switched over back to the radar in Nashville, and there really isn't too much difference as far as really being able to pinpoint exactly where that rotation is moving next. I would say it is probably moving over the 43, Highway 43. Here's Etheridge, last report of where the best rotation was. Now moving through Weber City and Three Oaks. Here's the county line between Lawrence and Giles County, and we'll continue through northern portions of Giles County, and eventually, if it holds together, into southern Murray County. Now, this part of the line will miss Columbia. So here's Columbia, which is the county seat of Murray County. Here's I-65. But we do have, from our rotation detection, a couple other areas that are showing some weak signs of rotating storms. So those are areas that we also want to keep an eye on here. Especially this one right here, just south of Ashwood and Highway 43, now east of Mount Pleasant. So Brett and I were watching this one here coming out of Mount Pleasant. I'd say still showing some little bit of rotation here in Murray County. Not enough to warn on yet, but definitely one that we want to keep our eye on as we continue here with this other warning in Lawrence County. Any other reports, Brett, that you're seeing from the Weather Service chat?
Yeah, so we're just seeing a few more come in on that one that you were just talking about, the purple tornado warning box, where we have that the confirmed tornado, and now they're talking about, this is from emergency management as well, numerous trees down at City of Etheridge, and the fire department is reporting a damaged path right through the center of town.
Okay.
So that's that one you were just talking about.
Yeah, so that would be right here. So we continue to track here, this moving through what was Etheridge here, Weber City, Three Oaks, now Jonestown. So I'd say the best rotation is now starting to push over the Lawrence and Giles County line, getting close to the southern edge of Murray County here. So close to Enterprise and Southport in Murray County. This is all west of I-65. For perspective, we are looking at Giles County here and the rotation from the storm right here. Here's I-65 as you're moving through Murray County. Columbia is right under the banner, as you can see right here. So these would be the areas that we're watching within this storm. So again, a confirmed tornado with possible damage reports coming out of Lawrenceburg and now Etheridge, indicating a very strong rotating storm that continues through these counties here and marches northeast at about 40 miles per hour. I'll put another track on here, and I'll broaden this track a little bit just to give a few other communities a heads up in case we get a little bit of wobbling. Sometimes these storms can actually wobble a little bit. They continue mainly a path northeast. Sometimes, though, they can shake a little and shift a little as well, which is why with a watch box or a warning box that you see here, they tend to broaden as we get away from the center of rotation, from the center of where the warning begins. So that's why we get a little bit wider here within these polygons that the National Weather Service will issue. So again, here are some other communities that are in the path of this rotation that has reports of damage out of Lawrenceburg and Etheridge. Bryant Station in the next 25 minutes here. So right now I would say passing over Jonestown and getting ready to pass into, well, now into Giles County, but close into Murray County. And this is looking at, again, that area of rotation where we see those spinning areas. I do also want to point out that we are likely looking at a rain-wrapped storm. This is one where it is not out by itself, and you can't get pretty pictures of it off in a distance. This would not be one that you want to go outside and try and look and see if you can get a look at it. These are the types of storms that are wrapped in rain and are often very difficult to see until it is too late. So making sure that you're in the lowest level of your home, away from those windows or in a basement. Best place that you can be right now for folks that are in northern Giles County and into southern Murray County with this tornado warning. The tornado watch here continues for those in yellow. So the tornado watch will continue until 7 p.m. And then the purple box, again, is the tornado warning that is in effect with the line. Southern edge of the line definitely looking more organized. To the north of this, up towards Nashville, Franklin, and even Murfreesboro here. Nashville, I'd say we're in the clear now. So the watch is still in effect, and I think that'll be taken out within the hour. Franklin, downtown Franklin, looking better. Southern Williamson County, though, still looking at some decent showers and thunderstorms moving through here. Murfreesboro, I'd give it another hour before we're in the complete clear here. And this is definitely looking a little more disorganized as far as any severe weather goes, but something that we want to maintain, at least continue to watch as long as that watch is in effect, and that'll be until 7 o'clock. But the one area that we do continue to monitor continues to be in Giles County, getting ready to move out of Lawrence County into northern Giles County and into southern Murray County. I'm going to go back to our rotation detection here and stick with this area that Weather Service continues to monitor. So right over Jonestown now, headed towards Big Creek and Screamer. So these are all smaller communities within Giles County and southern Murray County here, where the best rotation is coming in out of this storm. History of producing damage out of Lawrenceburg, just outside of Lawrenceburg, and Etheridge. So again, this one definitely means business, unfortunately, and needs to be carefully monitored as it inches closer to Columbia and even I-65. Again, I would say the main rotation of this storm will likely stay just south of Columbia, but we're still seeing a decent amount of showers and thunderstorms moving through here. I took off lightning. Let's go back and take a look at lightning. So they are pretty noisy, but lightning, when I take it off, you can kind of see in the storm a little better. Lots of lightning happening in the downtown Columbia area. These lightning bolts that you see here in yellow, those are actually positive lightning strikes, which mean they're usually louder, and then they resonate longer throughout the atmosphere. So these have been very noisy storms between yesterday evening and today. And they continue to show signs of a lot of electricity in the air. Once again, this is looking live here at I-65, likely outside of Columbia. At I-65 here. What is it? Near Thompson. Okay, near Thompson Station. Camera here on TDOT. So more northern part of Murray County and Williamson County line. But lots of lightning in this area and a lot of heavy rain coming through here too with this pocket of rain that's moving through here. This is it. This is the main event. So it has yet to move through our southern counties. And a lot of these areas here are relatively untapped from today. We saw some showers and thunderstorms very early this morning, overnight really. And it's allowed the atmosphere to reload, if you will. And that's why we've got some energy to work with this second line and the tornado warning here. So if you're just joining us once again, time now is about 4:08. The warning goes until 4:15. And the warning is for Lawrence, Murray, and Giles County. The threat where the tornado is now mainly out of Lawrence County. So they'll probably here cut back or trim the warning shortly. But we're still seeing a decent amount of wind speed coming towards the radar, and then wind speed that is going away from the radar, and that's where they're getting the rotation detection within this storm here. And just for fun, I'm going to check and see if we can see any CC. Nothing that's really popping out. Do you see anything, Brett?
Looking at it right now, and I'm also not seeing anything.
I'd say maybe near Jonestown at maybe the most. So we want to see those colors more into the blue range as far as our debris tracker goes. So with the debris tracker, and you can see the latest scan coming in, has come down a little, or come up a little bit, if you will. So we look for those darker colors of more greens and more blue, when we start to see blue circled areas, that's where the radar is picking up on debris. And debris would be anything that is non-meteorological. So we're not talking about rain or hail. It would be anything like tree branches, roofs off of homes, anything that would be considered damage from a tornado that then is thrown up into the air and is in the air, and the radar picks up on it as it's scanning through those showers and thunderstorms. So that is, again, something that we like to see, and that's a way that we can confirm that there is a tornado on the ground. I should say something we don't want to see, but when we're looking for a confirmation, that's what we're looking for, are those lowerings in the colors on the chart. So the warning here continues here, and we're going to let this go for another 5 minutes or until they decide to re-up the warning.
They just updated that.
Okay.
So they're just going to plan to let it go.
Okay, that's good. So the rotation is continuing to weaken at the moment here. They're going to let the current warning expire, but it is something that we want to keep a really close eye on as we go into the next even 20, 30 minutes. As I mentioned earlier, some of these storms sometimes will pulse, so we'll see them drop and produce a tornado. Then they'll almost recycle, or they'll take a break. And then a little bit down the road, if there's a little more energy to work with, it may drop one again. So we want to make sure that we're keeping a really close eye on this one. Other than that, they're looking at some other areas of rotation, the ones that we were talking about near the Columbia area. They are continuing to watch those as well. Another one near Spring Hill. All those at this time a little, it's there, but not enough for a warning. So something we will also continue to watch over the next couple of hours. So let me zoom out one more time here. The tornado warning will continue for another 3 minutes. They're going to let it expire for now, so that is good news. Unfortunately, we do have some reports of damage from this storm, so we are getting crews ready and gathering information about what has happened possibly in Lawrence County here. So we'll bring you those updates as soon as we can get them to you. Other than that, showers and thunderstorms continue now east of Davidson County and Nashville. Clusters of showers, lots of lightning, and I would say right now our southern counties probably have the best potential for rotating storms. However, the tornado watch will continue for everyone here in yellow until 7 p.m. or until the National Weather Service decides that the threat is over. So that's what we have right now. We will continue to monitor things from the Fox 17 Code Red Weather Center. We will go ahead and send this back to regular programming. But again, make sure that you are staying weather aware for the remainder of the afternoon.